And cooler with the high around 57. A meteorologist Kyle collected for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, an easy track lawnmower, or gator, every piece of equipment in pre-owned inventory is put through a rigorous inspection so it's ready to work hard for you. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything is sold meets their quality standards. Learn more at landmarkimp.com or stop into a local Landmark location and experience the Landmark difference.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Hello, everybody. It's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I hear that new Honda manufacturing continues to go up, and you have new Hondas in stock now.
That's correct, Charlie. We have more than 40 new Hondas in stock right now. It's great that a customer can come in and buy a new Honda and drive it home that day. New Honda inventory keeps getting better each month.
Okay, then. How about used cars, Andy?
We have more than 100 pre-owned vehicles to choose from right now, and a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in daily. We have just about every maker model you can imagine in any price range.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Reading may be the most valuable skill your child will ever learn. And research proves that when children read outside the classroom, they do much better in school. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. It's easy to picture yourself reading with a young child curled up in your lap, but don't forget about your older children. They also need encouragement to read. So set aside some time to read together and help your child achieve and succeed.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape, now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off the enrollment fee. The next challenge begins on March 23rd. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Spring is a time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Furor's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Furor's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table. The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Thursday, March 14th, versus the Atlanta Vibe at CHI Health Center in Omaha. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 6 p.m. with first serve at 7. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves, that makes them smile, celebrate. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska football.
He's at the 15, 10, 5, he'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's Wednesday in Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm DP. Next to me, the man, Austin Orman. And we will sit back and have some conversation over the next 2 hours. Actually, for the next 3 hours. I'm going to go one-on-one from 6 to 7 with some different stuff. But welcome to Old School on a Wednesday. And Austin, before we get too deep into it, would you please give a shout out to and let them know about the Mercado?
Certified Piedmontese, every type of meat and every type of cut. We've had a lot to chew on. I've been chewing on beef jerky all day. Not because it's tough or hard to get through, because there's a lot of it. They came through, they delivered. I'm enjoying my beef jerky from the Mercado immensely. We're a couple days away from Fired Up Friday, 11 to 2. Get yourself down to your Certified Piedmontese Mercado location. It's their lunch special on Friday, so check their social media out for what's on the menu there.
Always worth it. Always a good choice. Always a good decision. Mercado, our fine friends. Did Harrison put anything in the folder for us?
There might be a little something here.
Yeah, I'm having a mood.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, baby. That's what the American Nightmare said. And then let's hear from LA Knight.
Omaha, acknowledge me.
He put Roman Reigns.
He did Roman.
He did Roman and not. I was asking for LA Knight.
That's what I got.
Give me LA Knight. He didn't put it in.
I'm not seeing LA Knight.
Harrison. Oh man.
I grabbed everything in the folder.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. So there's a LA Knight, whenever he walks into the ring, he just grabs the mic and he says to whatever the town is, "Hey, let me talk to you." And the crowd goes crazy, and it's their call to arms and their attention, and it's pretty cool. But Cody Rhodes saying it. So, what do you want to talk about? Well, today's news, out of nowhere. This was kind of an RKO. This was out of nowhere. The report from Houston, Houston Chronicle, and I have some friends there, so of course I did some intel with old friends from the neighborhood. From the Woodlands, Texas, and just to get information. And there are a couple of things that are in play that over the course of the next 2 hours I want to get to. And there's several different angles to this thing. But I want to start with this. In order to know what all of today was about, we have to figure out what's important. And I'll ask you on the text line, 402-464-5685. Tell me if Trev is the athletic director you want and need. That you don't want to change the athletic director, do you? Now, that leads you to ask more questions. Because are things well? Are things perfect? Are they ideal? Are they great? Is it a great representation of Nebraska in full, Nebraska athletics, Nebraska as a university, and the people who cheer for the Huskers? Is it any and all of those things? And if it's not all of those things, you probably want to say what is missing from it. Okay, cool. Then you have to ask the question, what is the focus and priority of both the athletic department and the university? What is the focus? So, Austin, I'll ask you, what is the ideal focus, priority, principal mission of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln? What is that thing?
Of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln or the athletic programs?
Let's start with the university, because one is a part of the other, not the other part of
one. Right.
So
I'd say build, grow, develop young minds in all sorts of disciplines.
So I asked that question earlier, and here's what was provided for me. A couple of things, and there's so many wonderful tentacles to this thing. But in 2006, the University of Nebraska-Lincoln adopted its core values. Now, the whole idea of the university and its collection and accumulation started way before 2006. But in 2006, it re-identified, rebranded, etc. And it says, the university community contributed to the development of these core values, which reflect our commitment to the ideals of a leading land-grant, comprehensive research university. Now, there's a lot of meat and potatoes. There's a lot of beef and corn in that. The land-grant part and the research university. We value, and here's just put leaders, learning that prepares students for lifetime success and leadership, excellence pursued without compromise, achievement supported by a climate that celebrates each person's success, diversity of ideas and people, engagement with academic, business, and civic communities throughout Nebraska and the world, research and creative activity that inform teaching, foster discovery, and contribute to economic prosperity and our quality of life. And then finally, stewardship of the human, financial, and physical resources committed to our care. Leaders. Goes further, goes into greater detail. We demonstrate these values when we strive to assure that each individual is able to work and learn in an atmosphere of dignity, equity, and inclusion. We ask that all members of the university community be especially mindful of our responsibility to create an environment that is welcoming to all, where each person feels accepted, valued, and safe. To that end, we are providing the following belief statements to enhance and clarify our conviction to these principles. At the University of Nebraska, we strive for excellence in all that we do. True excellence requires that each individual be able to work and learn in an atmosphere of respect, dignity, and acceptance. Our commitment to diversity and inclusion requires each of us continuously ensure our interactions be respectful, protect speech, and inspire academic freedom. At the University of Nebraska, we value equity, inclusion, and dignity for all. We strive for excellence and recognize that our differences make us stronger. We respect and seek out inclusion of differences, realizing we can learn from each other. We insist on culture of respect, and we recognize that words and actions matter. The absence of action and words also matter. We believe in the freedom of speech and encourage the civil and respectful expression of ideas and opinions. We all share in the responsibility to create a positive culture and to safeguard equity, inclusion, dignity, and respect for all. Each member of the university community, faculty, staff, and students should be a role model for others. We take action when we observe someone being treated unfairly or in a demeaning manner. Now, it all leads to this. You ready? Lock and load, baby. Through its three primary missions of teaching, research, and service. I repeat, its three primary missions of teaching, research, and service. The university is the state's primary intellectual center, providing leadership throughout the state through quality education and the generation of new knowledge. So there is a standard. There's a standard. And everybody's beholden to the standard and the mission. Everybody has to work for the things that allow people to be safe, productive, and informed. When we talk about sports, it is a byproduct of the larger community and pool that we work for. All the conversations we have about sports should include those things because that's who we're talking. Every single bit of it. Because if we start to talk to each other about all the things that we love, the way that this mission statement says, we can get it right over. You think Trev feels safe in his job? Don't know. Don't know. Don't have to have an answer to that. You think the students feel safe over there? Don't know. Don't have to speak on it. Here's the thing. Who leads the room? The adults. I've said it every day since I've been on air in Lincoln, Nebraska, and long before. The adults, the people in charge, dictate the environment. They dictate the culture. They dictate what happens within it. The people at the top can fix everything, or they can allow chaos. Everything is either coached, taught, or accepted. And in a time where people are leaving programs, it's because the adults have turned it into the wild, wild west, and the young people see it and they follow, and then chaos runs supreme. All right. Texters, get your fingers ready. I'm going to ask you a question. Hit me up with this. Hit me up. You ready? You ready? Are you ready? Ready. Should athletic directors be able to go into the transfer portal? A simple yes or no is all I want. That's all I want in the text line. Should athletic directors be allowed to go into the transfer portal? We'll be back to Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Spring is on its way. Are you prepared to keep the grass greener on your side? Blades Lawn and Landscape has a position opened at a homeowner association to their client list with residential and commercial openings also. Transform your yard into a private oasis with the professional services offered by Blades Lawn and Landscape, including landscape walls and beds and a 5-step fertilizer program applied by a licensed professional. Call them today at 402-730-6320 or go to bladeslcc.com to schedule a free estimate on commercial or residential lawn services.
The countdown is on for the biggest tournament in college basketball. The clock is ticking, and a whopping $1 million is waiting for you. Warhorse Festival of Games is giving you a chance to earn the bragging rights of a lifetime. Oh, and one massive jackpot. Will your bracket beat them all? Here's how it works. Rack up bonus bracket entries by hitting the slots and placing sports and racing wagers starting March 1st at Warhorse Casino. Lock in your winning picks online after the teams are announced March 17th. Then activate your brackets in person at Warhorse Casino Lincoln by the 24th. The best brackets will win prizes each week, and a perfect bracket puts $1 million in your pocket. Get all the dates and details at warhorsecasino.com. Plus even more ways to score big. Only at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Denton Road. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Nutrition Authority invites you to try Anarchy, which is an exciting free workout for athletes and fitness enthusiasts who want the most out of their workout. Anarchy can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Remember, when you want results, the solution is simple. Nutrition Authority. Stop in, call, or check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
This is Monster Jam. Big air, backflips, and all-out racing. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena March 29th and 30th. The fun begins at the pit party Saturday at 10:30 a.m., where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Pit Pass must be accompanied by same-day 1 p.m. event ticket. Get your $20 Pit Party Pass at monsterjam.com today. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details.
Spring is a time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Furious Cheese Spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Furious Cheese Spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. And let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done before school starts. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved, because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Hello, everybody. It's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I hear that new Honda manufacturing continues to go up, and you have new Hondas in stock now.
That's correct, Charlie. We have more than 40 new Hondas in stock right now. It's great that a customer can come in and buy a new Honda and drive it home that day. New Honda inventory keeps getting better each month.
Okay, then. How about used cars, Andy?
We have more than 100 pre-owned vehicles to choose from right now, and a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in daily. We have just about every maker model you can imagine in any price range.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter. Every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You guys are special on the text line. I said yes or no. Oh, DP, you know how to follow rules. Yeah. Yes or no. Here's the thing. And Austin, bring Austin Orman in. He let me vent and have my moment. Now bring him in and just to ask a question. So I asked, let's start with coaches. Let's start at the top. If the university signs you to a 4-year deal, should that be it? 4 years. You're going to pay it whether you're terrible at the job or not. Right? No buyouts. 4 years. Because athletes have to commit. Now they can transfer. Where do you stand on athletic directors in the transfer portal? Best next job.
I stand in a position where I think I have thoughts about
right?
On its face, it seems weird, but aren't they already in their own transfer portal? Isn't that part of the deal? We just don't call it that because of their age, because we've given their positions status to some degree.
Should coaches be
I'm glad you asked that, because are they not already in their own transfer portal? Whether you look at it at the college level or in the NFL, think about some of the same guys that keep getting cycled through jobs.
Are universities in the transfer portal?
Sure seems like it.
Constantly taking the highest bidder, the greatest amount of money, right? Boosters, that's how things are set. That's how deals are made. So now we understand why we're in the state that we're in. What if, Austin, Texas A&M and Nebraska, at the very top of those universities, agreed to not pilfer each other's employees? Wouldn't that simplify a lot?
It would, but then it only takes one person to break that agreement. There's always one. That's the thing. So as much as you would, yes, in theory, like you brought up the point too of if you sign a contract, fulfill the contract. That's why you sign it. And I get that, but all it takes is one person to break it. And I was like, oh, they did it. Why can't we?
We do understand that the young people follow us in full. Like we do it. Then
For as rebellious as they are.
But then it says either we don't understand or we don't care that they're watching, which is a whole other thing in this thing that A&M, and again, coaches have gone back and forth between Nebraska and Texas A&M. This is not the first time. Players have now started to go back and forth. Not the first time. I just think there's simplicity in this thing that we haven't determined what we have to go back to the mission, right? The things that matter most, that the university has to make sure that everything under them follows their mission and code.
Which you said 3 big things were teaching, researching, and service. Is that what you said?
Yes. Okay. Yes. So this is a time where there are student athletes across the country who are considering Nebraska athletics. All with the understanding that Trev Alberts is the lead. What happens to recruiting if Trev Alberts is no longer the lead? He committed to being here. He signed for a couple of extra years. So
couple extra years.
Right. So that all the student athletes who Trev sent coaches to their house to recruit them and told them that they would be there. They are going to be here for the duration of your time at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Do those words not have truth or value to them now?
My question, not if he leaves. If he comes back, well, let's say he hasn't officially left, so he can't really come back. Let's say he decides to stay, but he was thinking about leaving. Okay, technically he didn't break the promise. He's still here, but do the words carry the same weight and value?
Austin, you're a married man. Yes, sir. Okay. That doesn't stop people from offering you, considering you. But what they find out quickly is that's a wasted action. Remember the action part of all the mission that we just talked about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You know why that is? Standard, belief, action. Why are we not holding our best? People at the top of the greatest university in the states are Creighton. Why are we not holding them to that? And do we not care? every person listening, every person that buys a ticket, that buys a jersey, that buys a hat, could make a statement that, listen, you now have to do business to represent us, not in spite of us. It's a really interesting, simple thing. If they want Trev as the AD, say, I want Trev as the AD. If you don't want Trev as the AD, say, you don't want Trev as the AD. Speak, and we'll figure out all the rest of it. But I think the important thing, so question next, sir. Why are coaches not tenured like faculty?
I think a lot of it is that in the minds of the academic side of the university, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's still, again, in the culture of academia, they will say that what they're doing is more useful to the university and, brings more value, whereas football coaches and athletic side will probably prop himself up on that pedestal, say, no, we're the ones bringing in the money, not you guys. Mm-hmm. The idea of tenure fascinates me,
mm-hmm.
but the problem I have with that comes down the road, where we've heard horror stories of how hard it is to get rid of mm-hmm. people with tenure. So to me, it's, what problem do you want to have? Right. Do you want to have the problem of retention, mm-hmm. or do you want to have the problem of retention? It's the same problem. Well, do you want to keep them around, or do you not want to keep them around? Like, it's still a retention problem.
Yeah.
Just in a different timing, a different way.
Yeah. Today happened because there are open gates all over the yard.
On Strick's ranch that he brought up.
Right.
Can you pick, first of all, sorry, can you picture Stricky on a ranch? He does not strike me as a ranch
cowboy
guy.
Strick?
Yeah, no, I don't see it.
But I kind of need it now.
Well, we need it doesn't mean I see it.
I need to figure out what. That would be so good.
We need an Eric Strickland and John Cook retreat.
Yeah,
is what we need.
Yeah, we need him there, but I would almost see him like Eddie Murphy in 48 Hours at the Cowboy Bar.
Yeah, that's pretty close. That's pretty close.
That's the kind of cowboy. Yeah, he'd be Sheriff Strickland, and there'd be some hell to pay. Couple things to remember, and the reason why I read the mission code and all the things was because that's the standard. And text line. Let me say this: every now and then I have to remind folks. The text line is for you to add to the conversation. And if you get, I don't tell other hosts how to handle the text line, but I'm going to say this to you. If you name call me on the text line and then you get pointy fingered at me, I'm the wrong one. You can lose that privilege. You're going to name call. What are you doing? Did you not listen about how you treat people with respect?
TP, they're not at the university. It's not part of their mission statement.
I don't know why. There's nothing in what we've talked about is political. There's nothing in it. What we're talking about are human beings who are acting under the ed. And what we want is the best for everybody who loves what we love, how we love it. There are parts of the fan base that were hurt today just at the thought that a Husker legend would leave to go to Texas for anything. There are those
anywhere in Texas for anything.
Right. There are people who were bothered that it's a statement against the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. There are those that are bothered because in a time of athletic department success, something disturbed it. Chaos showed up. And somehow, in the discussion, somebody wants to turn it political. Don't. We're talking about what is next. Do you want Trev to stay?
Yes or no?
Why do you think Trev is leaving? It doesn't have to be right. If I ask for your opinion, I'm asking for your opinion. I'm not asking you for you to agree with me. I haven't even told you what I think. This whole thing, when the story happened this morning, you went, okay, that's odd. Like, you could have told me this was going to be the story of the day yesterday, and I'd laughed at you. Like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
But what happened today was people talking about the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Some of them were saying good things. Some of them were speaking how much they love the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Some of them were upset. Some were hurt. Some were just curious. I'm in the middle of, oh my goodness, what is going on? Why is this a thing? Why is this happening? And for me to get some understanding of it, I need to know what the whole mission thing is for the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. I wear the Husker colors too.
You want to face that camera right there, DP?
Yeah. I wear the colors.
It's right there.
I think I've invested in the Huskers.
Maybe we could ask some Huskers if you've invested or not.
Right? So I'm speaking from a coaching standpoint, from a love of community standpoint, and a humanity standpoint. Your perspective on it is yours. I'm asking you for yours. I'm not asking you to attack mine, especially when I haven't given it. I read the University of Nebraska-Lincoln official mission statement. Those weren't my words. That's the University of Nebraska. Pump the brakes, people. Let's get back on board. We'll go to break. When we come back, we'll start all over again, because sometimes you have to.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Life is all about balance. So how about a little sweet and a little heat to make your week? At Wings and Rings, we're introducing our all-new Hot Honey menu for the month of March. Try our one-of-a-kind house-made sauce on the brand-new Hot Honey chicken sandwich or our Hot Honey shrimp and slaw. And of course, you can get it on the traditional boneless or smoked wings that have made Wings and Rings your go-to neighborhood spot. But don't wait, Hot Honey is only here until April 1st. So stop by Wings and Rings at one of our 2 Lincoln locations today, on O Street and on Village Lane.
Biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. And let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done before school starts. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved, because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see partly sunny skies and more mild weather with an afternoon high around 71. Tonight, showers and storms are likely, below around 48. And tomorrow, we'll continue to see scattered showers throughout the day. It'll be breezy and cooler with the high around 57. I'm meteorologist Kyle Kleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Reading may be the most valuable skill your child will ever learn. And research proves that when children read outside the classroom, they do much better in school. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. It's easy to picture yourself reading with a young child curled up in your lap, but don't forget about your older children. They also need encouragement to read. So set aside some time to read together and help your child achieve and succeed.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. We've spent today speaking in other people's voices, so I will use another person's voice to say this next thing I'm going to say. If you are a fan of Major League Baseball, you're familiar with Bud Harrelson, Hawk Harrelson, and he uses a phrase. He gone. He gone. And here's the part that I want to ponder on. Wrote the article. Gone. We should use that in much excitement, though. It shouldn't be. I shouldn't be laughing, but it's funny because it's Hawk. So the announcement is that Trev is going to take the job at Texas A&M, and I'll point this out that there are media folks. Houston Chronicle is one of the top 5 journalistic places in the country. And if they're going to report a story, there are checks and balances in place to make sure that they can confirm said information and validate first said information. So as I said, opening the show, that I talked to people at Houston Chronicle to find out what their sources were and to get some confirmation. But here's the other thing that happens. The water gets muddied because somebody who's friends of somebody who's on the Regency board said a thing, and you try to give that more value and weight than the credentialed, confirmed, vetted source. So then you go through the dance and the chaos. And remember I said, when chaos happens, slow down, and chaos ceases to exist because clarity happens. Transparency.
It's the hardest thing to do is slow down, but it's probably the most important thing to do.
Slow down. Let it play out. It's going to play out. It always plays out. It is not the mission of 93.7 The Ticket and any talent that's on air that gets a live microphone. It is not the mission. Remember, we talk about mission. It is not the mission to be first. The mission is to be right. The mission is that if you don't, one, speak to what you know and have experienced. And then two, if you don't know, be curious and ask questions. Be curious and ask questions. So now we have some information. Hour number 2 of Old School, we can really talk about it. Because now the GPS has been set to College Station, Texas, and then the athletic department at the University of Nebraska.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
This is Monster Jam. Big air, backflips, and all-out racing. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena March 29th and 30th. The fun begins at the pit party Saturday at 10:30 a.m., where you can meet the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Pit pass must be accompanied by same-day 1 p.m. event ticket. Get your $20 pit party pass at monsterjam.com today. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
It seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL Weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see partly sunny skies and more mild weather with an afternoon high around 71. Tonight, showers and storms are likely, the low around 48. And tomorrow, we'll continue to see scattered showers throughout the day. It'll be breezy and cooler with the high around 57. A meteorologist Kyle Kleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hour number 2 on a Wednesday. Breaking news, new news, same old news, changed news. Lots going on here in Lincoln. Before we get into this, 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line. If you want to be a part of what we're doing, hit us up. You know what? We can go old school with it. Hit me with a what's up. Hit us with a what's up. What's up, Austin? What's up, DP? And we will include you in the conversation and be a part of what's going on. Austin, for hour 2. Remind them, please, about the Mercado.
Certified Piedmontese, every type of meat, every type of cut. You hear the commercials going on throughout the day here, telling you what their weekly specials. Is that right? Not monthly. Weekly. Every week. They got something going up at the Mercado. Not just one Mercado, not just 2 Mercados. 3 of them. 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln. 168th and Maple up in Omaha.
Oh, this is amazing, amazing, amazing. Good clientele, good sponsors, good friends of the show and the station. Greatly appreciated. Austin, if you would please, let me hit my pose. Give me my verbiage.
Let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you.
Or do you want?
What do you guys want to talk about?
And you have to make that Cody makes up. So what do you want to talk about?
Or do I hit you with this one?
Omaha, acknowledge me.
Some days I feel like that. Some days I feel like that at the ticket.
I feel like that's a tomorrow thing. How about them Supernovas?
Yeah, that is definitely a thing. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to give away 2 sets of tickets. You tell us how many you need, how many you want, to go to tomorrow night's Omaha Supernovas versus Atlanta Vibe at CHI Health Center, 7 o'clock first serve. It is the battle for first place.
Again.
This is the old days of Oklahoma and Nebraska. When they get together, it means something. Positions in the league change when it happens. So greatly appreciate it. Just hit me up and let us know the very first 2 that just text in and say, hey, I want tickets, and here's how many. We will share them along with you. We'll do that for you for hanging out with us on an interesting sports day. An interesting sports day. If you say that you want to go to Saturday's game, you can do that as well. Okay? So if you want to do either or, let me know, and we'll do that. We'll shout out to Ham and Beans, Drew Carr, greatly appreciate it. Pecan Pie, of course, you're always consistently in the good. Greatly appreciate that for you giving the shout out, and the DAP. Greatly appreciate it. Couple of things. So with the formal word that Trev is headed to Texas A&M, Austin Orman, kind sir,
DP,
what is the lead to this story? Put your journalism hat on. And now the headline reads that Trev Alberts is headed to Texas A&M. What is the lead line, the byline that tells us, or at least directs us to what we need to figure out and what we need to know?
What we need to figure out is a question.
Okay.
It's not a sentence. It's a, where does Nebraska go? It's a, what does this say about Nebraska? What does this say about Texas A&M as being written in Houston? But the Nebraska side is one of your own left.
And you didn't know.
You had no warning. What does that say about the state of things?
See, that part. And we're a part of the media, but in a different sense, right? One, we're not the flagship station, so we don't get the insider love. Like, we don't get, there's never been a story of me and coaches, players having drinks and that sort of whatnot. That's not the relationships that we work in. But there are people who got this information and then confirms that information, and nobody here said a word. Not a word. Not a word. So there's some things in play. Question one is, why? Why is this happening? Text line, give me for the best text on why this is happening. We'll throw in a ticket t-shirt. Actually, I'll throw in two for the best answer to why is this happening? Right? Is this the accumulation of other things?
Well, that's my answer to that would be like another question. Why is this happening, or why is this continuing to happen?
Well, is this a, hey, you're going to be on your way to a bigger, greater thing? Is it like, or do you have some greater aspiration and somehow Nebraska is not the greatest thing that you said it was the greatest thing? Are you aspiring to something else? Was this an ask? Hey, probably time to go in a different direction. Hey, it's time for me to do something different. Hey, I don't know who my boss is, or I don't feel comfortable in it. Hey.
Here's one, because he's an Iowan.
Oh, wow.
They pulled that card.
Ouch. Eek. Wow. Text line. That is tough. That's tough. That's tough. Right? And you guys are good. Right? You guys are good. Austin, pick 4 of those responses on the text line and share them, because there are some real things, right? There are some real things being said.
Okay, so I think the Iowa one made me chuckle.
Yep.
This is happening because no vision, 7 months without a president, interim chancellor. How can someone put plans and changes in place without a set vision from leaders that are permanent?
That is such a good statement, that as Husker fans, you want the best for Nebraska. And I think figuring out what the best is, we tried to get to that earlier, was what is best for Nebraska. And the hope is that you win every Big Ten title, you win all your games, you go to the national championship and you win, because we know that even if you did all that and didn't win the national championship, that there are people that would be unhappy. Realistically, being as good as you can be, being competitive at every level, and then having elite level success in enough chambers of the athletic department to validate the expense, the resource, the outsourcing, all of those things. So there are, in full disclosure, there are several people in the text line that are saying that there are lawsuits that are in play. They're speaking of one or another. And truth is, don't know if that's a part of this. Don't know. Because a part of me would say, if those were such big deals, those would have never reached point of impact. If those were fatal flaws, and I'm not saying they should have been or shouldn't have been, but if they were such big deals, wouldn't that have been handled before? I'll plant that seed. Then to say, if it was done voluntarily, if he just said, you know what, there's something else out there for me, that is a statement about Nebraska and about Trev. And until you figure out what that means and what that's about, it doesn't matter who the next AD or president is, because you haven't figured out what's wrong yet.
Or maybe you know and haven't done anything about it.
Which would be exactly what's wrong. That would be what, right? And true, Headhunter, that the lawsuits will follow no matter where he goes. So whatever the outcome. Now, you could resolve them at whatever expense and cost, and then there's not much of a trail. There's breadcrumbs, but there's no luggage for you to carry with you. But it depends on who has to deal with it and why. Buyout rights, there's intermingling that goes on that says, okay, if you're the cause of a lawsuit or a part of a lawsuit, then the upper party can hold you accountable to it in some aspect or reason. So, right, there's that. But then what's next? And if you now do not have an athletic director in a critical point in the athletic department's history, because you've got a project looming that has a substantial budget attached to it and demands and needs on how that's going to be handled. And I can say, my first question is that a priority? Because if that $500 million is a priority and it hasn't been generated, covered, manifested, the person who's going to be in charge of it has to be team fundraiser director, or they'll squash it. And the powers that be that got that thing passed are not going to let it get squashed, do you think? The breadwinning, vehicle pushing program is football. And to bring in Matt Rule to this, and then to give power and authority to, doesn't the replacement have to fit whatever relationship exists or other? Don't they have to get along? A lot of the conversation today was about John Cook. John Cook hasn't said anything, so I'll wait. The other names that have been thrown out there, no. Let it play out. Let it play out. Listen, okay, text line. No, see, I can't. I don't even want to do that, because that's such a thing that you can tell me, and we've had several names put on the text line about who they think the next AD should be, and it's the same 4 names. Seriously, 4 names. And of course, the usual suspects of ticket talent. I want to know what you're trying to accomplish with it. What does the next AD have? What's priority one? And that goes back to the mission. Are you going to be about the student athlete experience? Are you going to be about the fan base? Are you going to be about the alumni? Are you going to be about money? Are you going to be about the boosters? Are you going to be about the regents? Are you going to be about the university itself? You're going to be about the community. What does the next AD have to be about? Austin, I'm going to name you. I'm going to put you in charge of hiring the next AD. What do you want him to be, her to be? And I said her because that's inclusive. Because that might be the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Dudes mess it up long enough. Hey, man, please take over. Man, please take over. Get it right. Please help us.
First of all, on that front.
Help us!
First of all, on that front, let's just look across the river. Think about the conversations you're having about Barta leaving Iowa.
Yep.
Beth Getz comes in.
Fair.
Makes some of the hard calls. So it wouldn't be unprecedented by any means. What do I want the next athletic director to be about? What would I need my hire of the athletic director to be about?
Yes.
Not just Nebraska, right? I think a lot of people say, well, it's before Nebraska. It's about Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
Is it about Nebraska or is it about Nebraskans? And not just the 1.75, 1.8 million people that live here.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the ones that were born here, but the ones that choose to come here.
Mm-hmm.
Much as we love Nebraska and we want it to ourselves, don't know if that should be the case. Let's share it. If we're so great, let's not keep it to ourselves.
Fair.
Whether that's academics, in this case, we're talking about athletics. We love it so much. Let's try to get other people to love it that much too.
Mm-hmm.
How do we do that? A lot of simple ways that you've brought up.
I asked, I thought a big part of the Trev Alberts decision to hire was that his love for Nebraska, his knowledge of, his understanding, his connection to.
Which, here's my question.
And Believer, you ever type that again, man, I'll block you just on general principle.
Oh boy, didn't see it.
Please don't do that, bro. You're better than that. You're better than that.
My questions would then be, if the love for Nebraska was supposed to supersede, was it a lie? Or what went so wrong to make him go back on it?
And we don't, and here's the thing.
Don't know.
We don't have, you're not going to get answers today. This is too new, too raw, too varied to get answers. We're trying to get to the right questions, or at least to trigger us in the right direction. And I don't know. I understand that in administration positions and coaching, we say it's coaching speak, right? Coach speak. Well, we could coin the new term AD speak as well, right? Like, we know what they're going to say. We know why they're saying it. We're not uninformed. We're not disconnected. They're pitching and selling. Athletic directors are salesmen. They're marketers. They're psychologists. They're therapists. They're coaches. They're athletes. They're all of those things. Right? So we understand why he said what he said. We want to get to the truth, though, in what was important, right? What's necessary, right? What's the next thing? And I don't know if Husker fans want to have that real conversation. Like, I like to open things by saying, do I have your permission to tell you the truth? With the full understanding that there are people that say they want the truth that don't really want the truth. Or you won't believe it anyway. You won't believe it, or it offends and you feel like, okay. But we know that Nebraska has money and resources. No, I've said this before. There's no university that should be able to outbid Nebraska for anything. especially when somebody wants to be at Nebraska. I'm not sure which one is the chicken and the egg, right? But Nebraska should never be outbid. But because there are people in play and things that are happening that leads to chaos, bad things happen. Now, on a scale of 1 to 5, where is the athletic department today? So, Austin, where was what? Where
are we just not doing 1 to 7 since Jay's gone? We're doing the DP 1 to 5.
We can do one. What was it yesterday, and then what is it today? So, if I had asked you yesterday on the scale of 1 to 7, where was the Nebraska's athletic department? What would you have said?
Again, I think that's a complicated question. That I'll make it a complicated question because there's the outward facing and the behind the scenes. Outwardly, seemed like you were a solid 5.5, maybe 6, stable footing. Does that mean it's the same behind the scenes? Like you were saying, we don't know.
We don't know. What would you say to that today? Right now?
Less than that.
Less than that. Yeah. What happened? There's the thing. There's the thing. So text line. Yesterday, what 1 through 7, where would you have ranked and rated the athletic department yesterday? And where do you rank it today? Because it tells us, in Boliva's phrase, is this thing crumbling or not? Right? Is it okay? Are we pulling a Leslie Nielsen? Nothing to see here. Please disperse. Everything's fine. Or is this cause for concern? So, Austin, are you concerned about the athletic department at Nebraska?
Have been in some form or fashion for a while.
And why?
A lot of reasons we've talked about. Funny enough, you see a general direction.
Mm-hmm.
You see some year-to-year improvements. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But I've lived here my whole life. And since I've started paying attention to sports, paying attention to the athletic department later on down the road, I feel like problems are still the problems.
Tater says, I was on top of the world yesterday. Today, I feel like I'm in hell. Gorilla Bear asked a question, said, why are you guys pretending this was a money issue? I've never said it was money. I've asked, is money priority 1 for business at the University of Nebraska Athletic Department and the University of Nebraska? That's what I asked. Derek in the car says, are you trying to scare Husker Nation? This represents a new opportunity for success as the cupboards are not bare in any program within the athletic department. That was my statement, is that Nebraska should not be outbid, outworked in any capacity because it has the resources and finance. But you better have a plan for what you're going to do. Like, you can just throw money at it. That's where the phrase comes from. Just throwing money at it doesn't fit. It could give you a temporary peace.
It's a Band-Aid, maybe.
But the reality is, so this was in conversation yesterday, that sometimes when you assess the situation, is this a Band-Aid situation? Is this a stitch situation? Or is this a surgery situation? Yesterday, most of the situations were Band-Aid situations in the minds of the masses.
Some stitches here and there, maybe.
Right? But doable. The question today is this, are stitches required for this? I would think a Trev Alberts removal is a stitch situation. It might be a surgery situation.
Well, I think the feeling from Husker fans, not saying I'm on board with this, but I think the feeling from Husker fans, DP, is that the right hand just amputated the left.
Right. How about that? So there's so much through that. Buddy Dan says, as a lifelong resident, there's some underlying power that undermines the athletic department. It's been going on since Coach Osborne retired. Money isn't the problem. I'm just like, I clearly say I don't have the answers. I'm trying to get to the right question.
Mm-hmm. I do want your gut reaction.
Okay.
all of this is breaking. Okay, all this is going down. You've taken the step back. You've asked the questions. Does your gut tell you this goes deeper than most people think, or this doesn't go as deep as most people think?
I think it goes way deeper. I think having been a part of several athletic departments and organizations and worked at different levels of them for different types of people in different parts of the country, different sports. In most cases, there is some real level disconnect between what you're there to do, who's there to do it, and how it's supposed to happen. Nebraska, I'm going to say this in full. All right, ready? Nebraska should be at the top of everything higher education and athletics. Nebraska should be one of the top 20 in everything. Everything. Because you have control over everything. You have access to everything. You're in the middle of the country. It's not a flyover, not in this day and age. People are looking for a place to come that resembles Lincoln, Nebraska in full, even if they don't know that's what Lincoln, Nebraska is. I'm a member of that club, so I could speak on this. I could have moved anywhere in the country. I could have stayed where I was, but I could have moved anywhere. I chose Lincoln, and then I chose to do this to be around the athletic department of the university on purpose because there's so much good in play. But there are people, as Dan said, there are people behind the system that make it difficult to do basic things well.
That's where I go back to what you're saying. First hour of the show, you're not conspiracy tinfoil hat, marionettes on a string.
Nope.
You're asking what's ideal, what's realistic. We all have the ideal. You're naming it right there. But the realistic is the different conversation. Doesn't mean you can't point toward ideal, but you got to plow through realistic to get to ideal.
This is higher education. This is the best of the best and a great representation of the masses. So do the right thing. And when the masses tell you what the right thing is, which is we want educated, informed, healthy, safe Nebraskans. And we want them to be trained and taught and coached at the highest level. And that's not asking too much for a university that has all the resources that it has. In there's management that is in play, that is somehow making this way more difficult than it needs to be. And if it's not identified, then you're going to keep repeating. It's the definition of insanity, having the same people make the same decisions from the same thinking. That's how you got here. That's why you stay here. Figure out what needs to be done so the young people that are going to be the future of Nebraska and the current people who are running Nebraska understand what the responsibility and accountabilities are. And then tell us, hey, can you represent us in the best way possible? I'm not talking politics. I'm talking people. That education and athletically, I've been in programs in schools where I had to come in and fix it. That literally was my job across the country, was to go in and fix what was broke. I identify what's broke, and then I fix it by being basically good to everybody. That's all we're talking about here. We got more questions. We'll throw the break. More Old School coming up.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see partly sunny skies and more mild weather with an afternoon high around 71. Tonight, showers and storms are likely, below around 48. And tomorrow, we'll continue to see scattered showers throughout the day. It'll be breezy and cooler with the high around 57. I'm meteorologist Kyle Kleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
On the block with Strick and Austin.
Now, to tie it back to Nebraska men's basketball, this group has a chance to do something that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
You know, in making a run in the Big Ten tournament, a serious run, in winning the first NCAA tournament game, but they're not going to get there by doing the same things they've always done. It is on this team to step up and change that narrative. It won't change on its own. Teams won't lay over for you, and that's the mindset shift we haven't consistently seen yet.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Buckle up. Buckle up. So, listen, I'd like to be middle of the road, medium temperature, medium speed, right? That I don't want to be mad at anybody. I just want to acknowledge what's really happening so we can talk about it. But it was passed on to me, the Texas A&M University social media announcement. And there is a picture of a Husker not wearing a red tie, but a maroon tie. Austin, would you read the statement, please?
Here's what I got.
Yeah.
From my perspective, there has never been a more consequential time in history for higher education and the evolving landscape of intercollegiate athletics, Alberts said. Leadership matters now more than ever before. My interest in Texas A&M is not only due to its prestigious reputation, but also because of President Welsh's compelling vision in which I believe athletics can play a small but important role in helping Texas A&M achieve unprecedented success. I truly want to express my gratitude to the University of Nebraska. The school and its fans have been and always will be immensely important to me. Nebraska changed my life, and I'm thankful for the incredible 15 years I spent here.
What was the thing that A&M said in their statement?
Very top of this headline, Texas A&M to hire Trev Alberts as university's new athletic director. Second line, the former University of Nebraska standout will leave his alma mater to lead Aggie athletics.
Oh, so we fighting now, right? We fighting. First of all, if you're going to leave the family, you're going to leave the family the right way. Be respectful when you leave the family. Have a say-so, right? Because it's one thing the family says about each other, but an entirely different thing when somebody else talking about the family. We say, well, we say about the family is between us. You keep your mouth shut about
Just because we say it doesn't mean you get to say it.
You don't mean you get to say it. There's some words that we can use about each other, around each other, but you can't use them because we fight you over. Listen, man. That's a terrible thing. Because you're pouring salt in the wound and you're being dismissive to your own people. Released at 5:20. That he could have talked to Husker Nation himself. Right? He could have said, hey, there's some things going on. Some stories going to come out, right? We know that in this day and age, you can communicate pretty quickly, often.
Mm-hmm.
Could have just said, because I love us so much, I need to say this. We need to have the family conversation before I go across the street. How you do anything is how you do everything. Nothing that's happening today hasn't happened before with the very same people that you're talking about. And if the people don't fight for Husker Nation and don't care, you can be dismissive about it. See, what I'm never going to do is be dismissive about Husker Nation. I'm across the street looking, and I want to ask, are y'all okay? Are you okay? This is not like that picture and that announcement took it from conversational to disrespectful. Like I don't even. Wouldn't you have? Okay. Austin, if you were going to leave the station, I would not be happy. But I'd imagine that you would come have the conversation with me, and then you would have the conversation with the people.
Feel like that's the least I owe you.
There's a line in Remember the Titans where there's some shenanigans going on, and the assistant coach looks at Herman Boone and Denzel Washington's character and goes, "Hey, coach, what are we going to do about this here?" I don't. If money is enough reason for you to throw Husker Nation under the bus, then that's really why you were here anyway. This saddens me, to be honest. That I was trying to find the right. I'm not angry. I'm saddened by this. I'm disappointed.
Is this disappointed dad look time?
This is disappointed like Trev. No matter what was happening, right? You carry your dignity in the space, no matter what. And I would hope that he would speak to Husker Nation in full. And oh, by the way, we're 3 blocks away. We're live. Am I wrong in saying that Husker Nation deserves a statement from him before Texas A&M?
I would think so.
I mean, Texlon, am I wrong about that? That the guy whose name is up in the building and whose jersey people wear, that if he was going to do this for whatever the reason, good or bad, forced or not forced, inside out, money or not money. But you don't let the millions of dollars keep you from being a decent human being to the people that helped you get it. And I don't know who made the decision, who pushed the button to make today a thing and make it happen, right? It could be Trev, it could be Board of Regents, could be any number of people. But everybody could have handled it better than they've handled it, because this should not be a thing that drops from Houston to Lincoln, Nebraska. That's like you finding out your wife was in Charlotte, bro. What? What? Hey, yo, D, your girl.
I just started walking down the block.
Bro,
where are you?
I'm amazed, and I'm saddened and I'm disappointed. Yeah, Houston, we got a problem. And
DP, Houston is the problem right now. It's not, but it is.
Texas, DP, you're not wrong. You're wrong on what you think he needs to address about. No, I don't know what he needs to talk about. That's my whole thing, is that he should say from his own space. He's a grown man. Do it on your own time or whatever. What I want for fans is that he would have given them what they've given to him. What Husker Nation has given to Trev Alberts and what Trev has given back would probably dictate a different conversation and a different process and a different GPS. Like if caring about Husker Nation was at the core of who Trev Alberts is, right? Blood and guts, bruised, broken bones, body parts left all over fields wearing the scarlet and cream. That in this situation and circumstance, he would consider the people that cheered for him every day since the day they met him. And here's the part, no matter what's going on behind, no matter who dictates this thing happening, Trev still has the freedom and ability to be a Husker legend in how he carries himself and how he addresses and moves. You tell me you're leaving, okay. But you tell me you're leaving so we can have a conversation in our space. Texas A&M should have had nothing to do with this yet.
Until 5:30.
Until there should have been a whole other thing. Okay. I'm gonna y'all let me know whether I'm right or wrong. Let me know whether this is disrespectful or not. Again, I'm feeling a pain for Husker Nation. And if I'm wrong in that, tell me that I'm wrong and I will change directions. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Attention all Nebraska basketball fans. The NCAA tournament is coming soon, and Nebraska looks to be on its way to their first appearance in 10 years. Better Tree Removal wants to celebrate the occasion and any possible success in the tournament by offering a deal. If you're in need of tree removal on your property, call or text Todd by March 20th. If Nebraska wins the first round game, you'll get 25% off the bid. If they win 2, you'll get 50% off. You must contact Todd at 402-780-1377 before March 20th.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and Air Park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries. For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives. It's getting nicer outside, but it's still hit or miss in the spring on golf weather. Not at Double Eagle Golf. You're home for always 72-degree weather and no wind. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues are underway, but stay tuned for info on indoor golf tournaments and book your bay for the Masters in April. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be
that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe. Early break with Sip and Jake.
Tominaga was hot for the Huskers. He had 30 points in the ball game. They are a lock for the tournament. They are in. They are a lock.
Write it down.
Nothing could take away Nebraska.
Where do you have them
basketball. Well, I'm curious if Billetology and Jake are on the same page. I'd say 8 to 9 seed right now. I don't think they're 10.
I say an 8.
Okay.
I say an 8 seed right now.
8 to 9
That's
seed.
right. I see him as an 8.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Dark Wednesday. It's a Dark Wednesday. And it's through no fault of the people in Lincoln, Nebraska. The people in Lincoln, Nebraska haven't done anything wrong. They don't deserve this. Husker fans don't deserve this. And I don't care who's at fault. Somebody's in charge and somebody needs to get it right. Because Husker fans don't deserve this. I'm telling you, from the outside in and the inside out, Husker fans, the people of Lincoln, Nebraska, the people who support the Huskers don't deserve this. They didn't deserve it. From anything that's happened, not the cause of it, not the secrets behind it, not the action, not the call and response, none of it. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. I've been consistent since I landed foot in Lincoln, Nebraska, that Lincoln, Nebraska deserves everything. Because, you know what, this is why you said I wanted to add something to Lincoln, right? Like a place that we can get together and enjoy what we love what we love. You don't deserve to not be told the truth. You don't deserve for people to just desert you. You don't deserve that. Especially people who's supposed to love you. People who's supposed to care. People who's supposed to get it. You know, all the people saying, you know what, we need a Nebraskan to run things. No. Because that's who should have taken care of this. Everybody involved should love Nebraska enough, hey, to do the right thing the right way.
That's the part that Shane in the text line from Waverly says, "What's up, DP? I don't think my issue is with his decision to leave. It's not my place to judge a decision a man makes for himself and his family. My issue is with his decision to sneak out the back door instead of addressing it head on."
You can't have weak leadership. You can't be led by people that are swayed by a thing that isn't in your interest. As a coach, I have to make the good decision for the masses often, the most. I have to remember the character thing that we read, the code, the missions of teaching, research, and service. The people in positions of authority are not handling the service part. Because with service is responsibility towards a good thing. That's the definition of service. Care what your belief system is, service is a simple thing. And if this is all about money, or if this is all about power, or if this is all about lack of character, lack of integrity, lack of consideration for the people in your watch, the powers that be at the University of Nebraska and Trev Alberts and his decision-making should have all considered the fans and students. And in making decisions, you make decisions accordingly. The scene from A Few Good Men, where at the end and judgment is decreed, and it said, we didn't do anything wrong. I don't understand. We didn't do anything wrong. We did what we were told. We did what we were ordered. And finally, the young man steps up and goes, we should have fought for good. We should have done the right thing. Look, I understand business decisions, but you don't have to make bad human decisions for business. That is an absolute. This sucks. There's no, y'all know I'm a happy dude. Like I'm a good mood, positive guy. But y'all deserve better than this. That's and for whoever made the decisions, whoever forced the hands, whoever did what was done, everybody involved, you owe Husker Nation better than they got today. And if this is retribution for things past, they deserve better. If this is a money thing, greed thing, they deserve better. If this is a power thing and showing who's swinging the biggest stick, they deserve better. If this is about ownership, that this is my program, my university, you deserve better. You deserve better. That's a hill I'll fall on. Nobody's going to tell me that y'all don't deserve better. Man, oh man. Normally, I had a special guest planned for one-on-one tonight from 6 to 7. But I'm going to ask Harrison Arns to buckle up because I'm going to move my guest to next week. And I'm going to read your text. I'm just going to read your text. Don't put any cursing in it, right? No name calling. But I'm going to spend the next hour. You can tell me whether you want me to read your name or not. And it's a chance for you to be hurt. You deserve to be hurt. So for the next hour, I'm going to start. And if you've texted before today, thank you very much. But I'm going to open it up. So anything from 6 p.m. to 6:57, if you want it read, I'll try to get them in order. I don't know how many texts are going to be. But Husker Nation, I'm going to listen, and you will be heard because you deserve better.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather.
Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see probably sunny skies and more